Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living Davis. Currently here at the GPO. We're loving it. Loving seeing all these wonderful new faces. It's so fantastic. Beautiful day. Here we go. Let's get started with a little song of mine. This is called Elevate and Celebrate. You can stand if you want. Let's go higher. Let's go further. Let's go deeper into God's love. Let's go higher. Let's go further. Let's go deeper into God's love. Let joy take hold and elevate your soul. Let love be great and give us cause to celebrate. Let's go higher. Let's go further. Let's go deeper into God's love. Let's go higher. Let's go further. Let's go deeper into God's love. Let joy take hold, elevate your soul. Let love be great and give us cause to celebrate. Let's go higher, let's go further, let's go deeper into God's love. Let's go higher, let's go further, let's go deeper into God's love.
All right, hello everybody. Good morning, good morning.
Good morning.
It's good to see all your bright, shining faces out there on this beautiful, beautiful morning that we've got. I'm just going to adjust this for my height.
Sorry.
Oh, yeah, no worries. So welcome to the GPO, to the Grand Prince Odium, to CSL Davis. My name is Reverend David Clark. I'm the senior minister here at CSLD. And right now we're calling ourselves CSL Davis and Beyond. As you may know, we originated in Davis, but we've always been serving all of Yolo County and beyond. So a little bit more about our name later. But for right now, welcome. And if you're here for the first time, double welcome. We're very glad you're here. And just sit back and relax and make yourself comfortable. And I want to share with you right now some of what we believe. If you're here for the first time or if you're new to the philosophy, this is what we believe and practice here at CSL Davis. Number one, we believe that love is all there is. Everything is an expression of love, a call for love, a reflection of love. All of our motivations are love-based. So we pay a lot of attention to what we love and what we pour our energy into in this philosophy. Number two, we believe that you are whole, perfect, and complete exactly as you are right now. You are whole, perfect, and complete. How can we say that? We come from a whole, perfect, and complete source that only makes whole, perfect, and complete things. You are one of those things. You are a blessed creation of God, and therefore you are whole, perfect, and complete. And there's a lot of power in that knowledge, and there's a lot of power in believing that about your fellow human being. So, number three, everything's going great up there. Actually, it's not going great because I did it out of order. So number three, I'll just say that all thought is creative and influential. All thought is creative and influential. That means thoughts are things. We are sitting in a realized thought right now. We're surrounded by everything that existed first in thought, in mind, before it has emerged into reality. So that's another thing we pay attention to, is what we think and what we believe, because we know that what we believe, we are going to see. So it helps to refine our thoughts and to refine our thoughts to the truth of God and the truth of our connection with God. And if we can do that, we will see that out in the world. Proof of our connection. And number 4, we believe in a world that works for everyone. And we are not trying to make this world work for everyone. We believe that this world, this universe, is governed by love and law, by cause and effect, that work the same way for everyone, no matter who you are and no matter what you believe. The world works for everyone. So we're just familiarizing ourselves with those rules, familiarizing ourselves with the cause and the effect that happens throughout our lives to make the changes that we want to make and to build the lives that we want. So right now, it's funny that today's topic is about failure and failing forward, seeing the opportunities in failure, not having those the stigma that we put around failure. And as Spirit would have it, Spirit's got jokes, God's got jokes. We've had a series of technological failures this morning. And one of those was we were going to have our practitioner at large, Gail Jackson, was going to do our next portion of the service. But as technology would have it, she's not able to do that. So we have Bobby Bolden to give us our vision, our mission, and today's affirmation.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
All right, so our vision for Center for Spiritual Living Davis. Our vision is to create an environment for all to realize the power of spiritual connection. Would you all read that with me? Our vision is to create an environment for all to realize the power of spiritual connection. Okay, and so we have a mission statement. The mission statement is to provide a sanctuary for all to be lifted and inspired to embody spiritual principles and to live their inherent greatness. I'll read it again and ask you to read it with me. All right, here we go. To provide a sanctuary for all to be lifted and inspired to embody spiritual principles and live their inherent greatness. Okay, so we also have an affirmation, and I would like to read it from the slide. Affirmation. I persevere with the strength of spirit within me. Together. I persevere with the strength of spirit within me. And so it is. All right. Okay, and now we have Heather Clark, who's going to give a reading this morning. Announcements. All right.
We're doing a lot of role reversals today. So I'm going to go ahead and do the announcements. First of all, our website has been redesigned, and please go visit it. It is csldavis.org. If there are any things that you find, because I've been trying to keep up with changes or anything on the newsletter, on the website. So if there's anything that you find that you'd like added or that you see needs to be fixed, please go ahead and send an email to the CSL Davis email, and we'll get it fixed. Streaming announcements. Please make sure that you subscribe to either Facebook or YouTube, or as fate would have it this morning, both, so you get at least one of us. We're trying to make sure that we are fully covered out there in the online world. Also, 2 weeks ago we had Reverend Donna Appadoni here to speak, and she is going to be doing a 6-week workshop called Transformation, which is also one of her books. It's a path to purpose, starting Tuesday, January 10th. So if you're interested... At CSA. So if anyone's interested in attending that, please go ahead and... is that information on our website?
Yes.
Our information's on our website. There's these voices from beyond that are helping me out today. Also, I'm going to go to the second to last one. The last one, volunteer opportunities. We would love to have more help for our services on Sundays, or any of the other activities that our center is doing. So if anyone's interested in coming and helping us set up in the morning, tear down afterwards, do the fellowship afterwards, let me know. And then lastly, our name change. And Reverend David Clark said he would come out and explain a little more about that.
Yes, and here I am, just like I promised.
Yes.
So as I alluded to earlier, we've got a name change in the offing. We've been out of Davis for the last 25 years. We've been like solely Davis. And we've been doing services out of Davis, and it's been like Davis and other areas. But now that we are in Winters, and we're in this beautiful building in this historic town, the name CSL Davis just doesn't quite fit anymore, and we want to change the name. So, in the coming weeks, we're going to be polling you and asking you for suggestions, and we want to get a lot of different suggestions as to what our name can be. It can be tied to the town, it can be tied to the county, it can be tied to our consciousness. So for right now, I just need you all to believe, because your belief has power, that the perfect name is approaching us right now, is headed our way. And it's going to be great. So just like any other change, there's a little bit of consternation, but this is just part of life. Change is part of life. And as we develop and grow as a center, we want to move forward with a name that fits us. So that's what we're after on for our name change. So up to bat today for the speaker is going to be me. That's me. And the music today, our guest artist today, is the incomparable Andy Thorpe. She is wonderful. You guys are in for a treat. She's got a great song planned and a powerhouse voice. She's a dear friend, but beyond that, she's a veteran performer in the Davis Musical Theater and in the region. So she gets a lot of work, and you're going to find out why. So now I want to enter into the more contemplative part of the service. And to get us started on that path, we have Marty Meyer. She's going to read us our sacred readings for today, and then Bobby will give us an invocation prayer, and then off we go. So.
For our sacred reading today, we have 3 quotes from Ernest Holmes. We have within us a power that is greater than anything we shall ever contact in the outer. A power that can overcome every obstacle in our life. The mind is a magnet, and we attract that with which we identify the self. Know that nothing can hinder you but yourself. If you believe you can, you can.
Let us turn within for prayer. If you so choose, you may close your eyes or you may leave them open. First of all, I speak a word of gratitude. Gratitude for life, gratitude for joy, gratitude for peace, gratitude for this beautiful morning. I know that Spirit has perfectly created this day for us all to partake of. And I am so grateful. So as I stand in this place of gratitude, I'm knowing that there is only one life. And that life is God's life. And that life is my life. And that life is your life. As I stand in this knowing, I know that God or Spirit, known by any name, is all powerful, all knowing, and everywhere present. I know that the Spirit is the essence of who I am and who you are and who we all are. I'm knowing that the Spirit moves in, through, and around everything that exists now, everything that has ever existed, everything that ever will exist. It is the essence of who we each are. The Spirit is moving through my being right now. It flows from the top of my head to the tips of my toes and my fingers. I know that the Spirit is all intelligent, all knowing, all loving, always ready to give us whatever our desires are. I know that the Spirit is powerful, is the truth of who I am. I know that the Spirit is moving through my body temple, blessing me, healing me, bringing me all joy and all peace. And just the Spirit is moving through my body temple, it is moving through your body temple. It is who you are. It is the essence of your being. It is what you are. And we are united as one. We are one in this presence. We are together. And standing in this oneness, oh, I just speak a word of joy today. I declare that this service is truly the best service ever. I bless every person who has come here early to set up. I bless every person who has come here to participate, to be a part of this service. I bless our musicians. I bless Andrea and her beautiful voice. I bless Billy and his wonderful notes that come from the piano. I bless Marty for speaking your sacred words. I bless Heather for giving the announcement. Oh yes, and today I bless our wonderful Reverend David Clark. I know that God is speaking through him in each moment. That every word that comes out of his mouth has been perfectly ordained. It is words, they are words that fall upon your ears and bring you a place of centeredness, a place of peace. And just as I bless all of us who are here, I bless everyone in our community, in our county, in our state, in our country, and in our world. I know that Spirit is moving in, through, and around all, and bringing health and wholeness and peace and joy. Standing in this place of accepting the truth of Spirit, the truth of God. I just say thank you, Mother, Father, God. Thank you, infinite intelligence. Thank you for all-knowing presence. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I just release my word, knowing that everything I have spoken today will not return to me void, for these words come from the divine, infinite source of wisdom. With this, I ask you to join me in anchoring this prayer with the words, Ashe, from our African American tradition, Aho, from our Native American tradition, and Amen, from our Judeo-Christian tradition. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. I release and I say, and so it is, and so it is. Amen.
Please join me in singing There Is Only Love. In this moment, in this place, I remember who I am, letting fear and worry fall away from me. I open my eyes and see there is only love. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets us free. There is only love. When I lose myself, when it seems I've lost my way, when I go inside and quiet my mind, I can hear Spirit gently say, there is only love. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets us free. There is only love. There is only love. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets us free. There is only
Good morning. So we're talking about work, living a life of wonder through work. And we're talking about, we covered a few different aspects of work. For the first week, we talked about doing good work. And then we talked about, we had our good friend, Reverend Donna Appadoni, come in and tell us about creating a life that matters. And last week, I talked about living your dream and how you might live your dream. So these are three very uplifting, wonderful weeks. And this week, we're going to get down and dirty. We're going to talk about the elephant in the room. We're going to talk about failure. Failure. And I don't know about you, but failure is something that I have run from all my life. I don't like experiencing failure, mainly because of all of the baggage that comes with failure. All of these things. I don't want to be identified with this stuff. Defeat, blunder, screw up, frustration, collapse, disappointment, incompetence. No one wants that. But it is something that happens. And so, because I'm so failure averse, I spent a good portion of my life running from failure. And what does that mean? What does it mean to run from failure? Well, don't try anything new. Don't try anything new and live a challenge-free life. Because if you're not challenged, you don't fail. Right? That's simple math. And live a life so devoid of change and newness that failure just becomes a distant memory. You just do what you're good at. You just stick with that. Yeah? But that is not a very exciting life. Never doing anything new. Afraid to step outside of your comfort zone. Afraid to put a foot out there and to fail. And failure is so painful because it's got all of these words attached to it and all of these feelings attached to it. It's like nobody wants it. And I would also keep myself small and quiet. I would not tell people. If I did happen to try something new, I wouldn't tell anybody that I'm doing something new. Because if I did tell them I was doing something new and then I failed, and then I would be a failure. But it's a proven fact that if a tree fails in the forest and nobody's there to see it, then the tree didn't fail. So I was following that logic. If I failed and no one knew about it, then I didn't fail. But that's ridiculous. I want to live. I want to live out loud. I want to grow. I want to experience new things. I want to meet new people. I want to have new experiences. And there's a song from John Denver called I Want to Live. And the chorus is, I want to live, I want to grow, I want to be, I want to know. I want to share what I can give. I want to be. I want to live. And in that pursuit of life, that is something that John Denver called the birth cry of every newborn child, was this. I love John Denver. And in this pursuit to live, we must fail. Failure is a fact of life. If you've ever tried to learn to play a new instrument, any musicians out there, or wannabe musicians out there, if you try to learn a new instrument, then you're just going to have to get used to failure, because every day you practice, you sit down, you practice your instrument, you're going to fail. And you're going to think things about yourself. And depending on what you think about yourself depends on how well you do at that instrument, how well you recover from failure. So this also goes for learning a new sport, learning to bowl, learning to do anything, starting a new hobby. It's fraught with failure because you don't know where you're going, you don't know what you're doing, you're gonna misstep. It's human. So failure is defined quite simply as a lack of success, and that is the opposite of what we want. We don't want a lack of success, we want success. So we're going to explore this definition a little bit later. But when I'm thinking about failure, and I'm thinking about, okay, well, how do I think about failure? How do I relate to it? I start at the top. I always start at the very top, and the top is with God. So, what does God think about failure? What does God think about my failures? And can God fail? Well, to that, I say, gaze upon this. I don't know if any of you have seen this. I'm kind of a science buff. So we just put up a new telescope, a new powerful telescope. You might have heard of the Hubble. This is like way more powerful than the Hubble telescope. And what this is a deep field view. So what they did was they took the telescope that's up in space, orbiting the planet right now. They pointed it at a point in the universe, just some dark spot in the universe, and they pointed it there, and they used all of the imaging capabilities at that one point in the universe, and they gave us this picture. This looks like a bunch of stars, but it's actually a bunch of galaxies. Each one of those points of light is a galaxy, not unlike our own. Different shape, different size, different location, but off as far as we can see on the other side of the universe, thousands upon thousands of galaxies. This is a creation of God. This is success in God's creation. Just to let you know, just to give you some perspective, as the telescope is looking at this far off point in the universe, it is just like you or I looking at a grain of sand at the end of our arm's length. So in that little tiny grain of sand of the universe, there contains all of these galaxies. This is success in its extreme. From the first moment of creation, creation sprang forth. Protons, neutrons, electrons, planets, minerals, you, me, we all sprang forth from the Creator. So, this is all God knows. Success. There isn't anything that the perfect, all-knowing, all-loving Creator of all things cannot do. Failure is not in God's vocabulary, because nothing God does fails. Everything succeeds. So if I'm looking at this from a God view, everything looks perfect. Everything looks perfect out here in the universe. And it's perfect even looking at our solar system. Planets, sun, everything's revolving on time. All the conditions here on Earth are perfect for life. And we drill down to this planet. This is a perfect planet for life. As far as we can see, it's the perfect planet for life. And then we drill down even farther to our animals. Animals are just animals, right? And then we drill down, and everything is perfect. Perfect protons, neutrons, electrons, perfect minerals, perfect planets, perfect stars. All the way till we get to you. You. That's where God's perfection ends. It stretches on thousands and thousands of light years across the universe, but until it gets to you. I'm sorry to inform you, but God's perfection stops at you. Now you're on your own, and you're imperfect, and you fail all the time. You fail at everything, and that's just the way things are. And no, God's perfection extends to you. It extends to you. So that is our basis of saying that you are whole, perfect, and complete. We come from a whole, perfect, and complete source that is making all of this, and that has made you perfect. So why do we fail? How do we look at failure? We have to reshape failure. My problem with failure is when I fail, I identify myself as a failure. Right? It's a simple calculation. I failed, so therefore I'm a failure. I'm not a failure. I am a blessed being of God that is living and growing and choosing and knowing. That's all I'm doing. I'm not a failure. I'm just living life. And that is how we need to reframe our thoughts about our endeavors and about God's involvement in our endeavors. We are powered by God. So we need to reform how we think about failure. And to do that, we've got some very good quotes here and some very interesting stories. For one, you might recognize this gentleman, Michael Jordan. He said in a famous Nike ad a long time ago, probably 20 years ago, "I've missed more than 9,000 shots in my career. I've lost almost 300 games. 26 times I've been trusted to take the game-winning shot and missed. I have failed over and over and over again in my life, and that is why I succeed." Michael Jordan looks at failure as an opportunity to change. It is just an indicator of life, of trying to do something and trying to perfect a technique and trying to get it down and honing the skills and getting better and better and better. And failure, great. That just lets me know how I can even improve and get even better than I already am. And Michael Jordan's big claim to fame is that he is a winner. You know, whether you like him or not, whether you like Chicago Bulls or not, whenever you see Michael Jordan come out onto the court, you expect him to win. And this is how he cultivated that winning attitude. He looked at failures like, "Oh, I didn't make that game-winning shot. I'm this." No. I'm going to go back to the lab. I'm going to figure out how to make that shot. I'm going to practice that shot 100 times, 1,000 times. And the next time I'm called to do it, I'll be ready. So failure was just fuel for his excellence. And that's the way that we can look at failure. Another quote, this is more direct and to the point, from Ariana Huffington, is that failure is not the opposite of success. It is part of success. Are you getting the picture here? We need failure. If we're going to have any endeavors in life, if we're ever going to grow, we need to get comfortable with the fact that we might fail. And we might fail several times, but it is a blessed failure. It is a blessed failure that we get to retry and retry and retry over and over again and make changes and have fun with life. This is one of my favorites. And I love this picture of Albert Einstein because he's a genius par excellence, but he's also a clown who doesn't take himself too seriously. And that's what I also want to encourage you to do, is don't take yourself too seriously. The world isn't weighing on your success or failure. You're a human being. You're in the game, so you're already winning. His quote is, "Failure is success in progress." Failure is success in progress. So it turns out that failure is not the lack of success. Failure is a precursor to success. Failure is the harbinger for success. Failure is something that, it's like the little bumps on the road. You know how you got you're driving along the freeway, and if you get too far close to the shoulder, you hear that little, "Oh, geez, I got to get back over." That's all failure is. It's just an indicator to let you know to get back on the road, to get back on track. And failure is kind of like a signpost on your way to success, on the journey to success. And I identify with that analogy because I seriously need signposts. I need guides to let me know that I'm doing the right thing. famously, I'm just recalling all of my multitude of failures, because I'm a dabbler. I dabble in a lot of stuff. So you may know the type. I go out there and I get an interest, and then I just dive. I put my whole self into it. Patrick, our sound technician, can attest to that. He's a professional drummer, and man, I set out to learn the drums. I've always loved the drums, and I thought, man, I'm really good at drumming my fingers on a desk. I got a great sense of rhythm, man. I can rip off great solos when I'm driving and I'm tapping my steering wheel. I bet you I can learn how to do this. There's no problem. So I went and I bought a drum set, and my lovely wife will attest to my dabbling. I bought a drum set, a silent drum set. It's electric.
I insisted.
And I sat down, I started to learn the drums. And I found something amazing. It's hard. It's so hard. Because I'm used to using this arm. This arm is smart. This is my right hand. This is my dominant hand. And it's smart as a whip. And it does everything I tell it to do. This hand, not so much. Not so much. I had to bring this hand along, just like, come on, hand, do what I tell you to do. And it just wouldn't. And it just took so much practice. And I would sit down, and I took some classes with Patrick, and he tried to teach me how to do this. And I practiced, and I hit it hard, and I tried my best, and I kept failing. And I realized, this might not be the greatest story to tell, but I mean, this is something that we encountered. I realized that in order to be as good as I wanted to be, it would take more practice than I had time and energy to give. So I quit. I gave it up. I spent all that money on classes and books and instructions and equipment and invested all this time, and I found out that it wasn't really for me. I learned a lot. It was terrific. I learned a lot about music. I learned how to read drum tablature, and I learned about timing, and I learned a lot about the drums, and I demystified it, and I grew through the experience. But I just don't have time to get as good as I want. So I abandoned it. And there's no shame in that. And I can look back at that and think, oh, well, I picked up the drums, but I failed. No, I did not fail. I succeeded in studying the drums. Now, am I a professional drummer that's out, playing jazz in clubs and doing all this crazy stuff? No, I'm not. But that doesn't make me a failure. If you know somebody in your life that's always picking up things, that's always doing new things, but not quite sticking with them, we always look upon them if it's someone we love. One thing we can say about them is, boy, they sure are adventurous. We don't think of them as a failure. We think of them as like, wow, look at all the things that they are attempting to do. Look at all the different messages that they're trying to put into their lives, and look how they're trying to expand themselves. Not, oh, they failed again, they failed again, they failed again. No, that's not what life is about. Life is about the journey. And in this journey, we pick up a lot of things, we put a lot of things down. But none of those things define who and what we are. We are backed and empowered by God to do everything. So yes, God gave me the energy and the ability to pursue the drums. God gave me the ability to leave the drums behind as I needed to. But that doesn't define who we are. We are on a path to success at all times. Success in just living our lives. So, for homework, I think, we got home play. So, for our home play, what I want to leave you with is number one, embrace failure as a guide to success. When you take off on a trip and you don't know where you're going, you get on the road and you start driving. Nowadays, we've got Google Maps. Pretend this is the time we didn't have Google Maps and we just paid attention to our signposts that are on the road. You need those signposts to let you know where to go, where to get off, where to keep going. And that's all failure is. It's a signpost to let you know, oh, we need a correction this way. We need a correction that way. That's all failure is. It doesn't define you. It just defines the fact that you are journeying towards your dream, your goal. Okay? It's just evidence. Number 2, examine where you're failing. If you're stymied and you don't feel like you're having any movement in your endeavor, ask yourself, is love involved with what you're doing? I'm getting a transmission now, sorry. In parenting, if there are any parents out there, it's hard to parent and not feel like a failure at many points. But it's the love that you have for your children that keeps you going, that makes you pick yourself up and say, okay, well, that failed. I'm going to try something different. Okay, well, that didn't go so well. Let's try this. And that's what parenting is. Through love, it gives you the energy to try different things and to keep trying. So that's the same way with our hobbies, with our sports, with our endeavors. If there's love involved, love gives us the energy to keep going. But if we're doing something for someone else that we don't want to do, that our heart's not in, that we're just kind of forced, okay, well, I guess I'll do it, I have to do it, then our failures are going to sting a whole lot more. And we're not going to want to complete. We're going to feel a lot worse about what we're doing. So make sure that love is involved in everything you do. Love of yourself, love of what you're attempting, love of what you're making, love of the community that you're interacting with. So see if love is involved. Number 3, and our final point, know that failure does not define you. It refines you. It helps sharpen you. Have you ever met anybody that didn't fail at anything? I had a good friend that I worked with that was charmed. Everything came up roses for this person. They were born rich, for one thing. Nothing against that, but it's an advantage. It's another advantage. They had great... they were tall, handsome. This was a guy. He was tall. He was handsome. He was glib. He was nice to everyone. He was very pleasant. Everything that he did, it looked like everything turned out to be gold. And I love this guy, and he's terrific. But man, he had no challenges in his life. None. And while he was a very nice individual, he didn't know a whole lot about life. He was naive about himself and naive about the world because he wasn't challenged. So there's nothing wrong with that, but there's something to be said, something good to be said about living a life of challenge and growth and everything that you learn as a result. So know that every failure you have just makes you better. It just makes you more equipped, more connected to God. And you can call and you can connect with God and say, thank you, God. Thank you for this failure. Thank you for this opportunity to fix things, to set things right, and to continue on towards my success. So that's what I want to take into prayer right now. And let's go inside. Inside to that place of peace. To that place of stillness. That place beyond the cares of the physical world. That place beyond all physical condition. Beyond your skin, beyond your muscles, beyond your organs, beyond all your physicality, into your mind, into that place of peace and quiet and love. that place of knowing. And it's from that place that we declare that there is one. One spirit, one guide, one consciousness. And it is from that place of oneness that we know that we are part of the one. That all the qualities of God, the peace, the power, the love, the light, the beauty, the joy, the wisdom, all of these parts, all of these qualities of God reside in us. And as they are infinitely expressed in God, they are also expressed within each and every one of us. We have all that we need. We are all that we need. And I know that as I am one with God, I am one with all of you here. I'm one with all of Winters. I am one with all of Yolo County. I am one with every being on this planet. All one big connected family. Science tells us that there is less than 1% difference in all of us. 1% difference in all of our DNA. We are cosmically identical. All living together on this planet to figure out how to be with each other. To figure out how to live in peace. To figure out how to live our dreams. How to create a life that matters. How to do good work. And how to live in love. And every move we make brings us closer to that blessed knowledge. And so it's with gratitude that I release these words. I'm so grateful to be here. I'm so grateful to know that that I am equal to every other person on the planet. That I have equal access to God. That I have equal enjoyment of God's qualities, that I have equal access. And so I release these words into the mind of the universe, knowing that as I do, as I believe in each and every syllable that I'm speaking, I will see it right in front of my eyes. I will see it manifested right in front of me. I'll see the love manifested. I'll see my connection to Spirit manifested. I will see our journey to peace as a humanity. I will see that manifested right in front of me. And so let us all release these words, knowing that they're true and done, and knowing that they're acted upon immediately by a loving God with the words, and so it is. Oh, thank you, Andy. Oh my goodness. I warned you. So it has come to that time in the service where we talk about conscious, structured giving, and we ask for you to share in your abundance with us. And as luck would have it, I don't have my papers here in front of me, but man, my brain is just scattered today. It is. This is our tithing partner. Every quarter, we have a partner that we give a percentage of our tithes to. This quarter, this is the last day, this is the last Sunday of this quarter, we are helping out the Mercer Veterinary Clinic, and we're giving them a portion of our tithe. What they do is provide veterinary care for people that are experiencing homelessness and housing insecurity. So we all need love, and it's all about love. And if you're homeless and you're having housing insecurity, you still need love too. And in the form of our pets and animals, and it can be expensive to take care of our pets. And what the Mercer Clinic is doing is helping out people that don't have the disposable income to go to the vet, to get those well puppy checks, to get that work done. They can do it through the Mercer Clinic. And so they're doing really blessed work. And this is the last Sunday we're helping them out. So as you give, please give a little bit more for the Mercer Clinic. Can I see that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to go through our, thank you very much. I want to go through our ways to give. We have several ways to give. Number one, we can text to give. If you don't want to go all the way into your wallet and pull something out, you can grab your phone and you can send a text message and you can give to us that way. You can also use PayPal. This is our PayPal ID, info.csl.davis@gmail.com. And if you're old-fashioned, you can just send us a check or money order to our P.O. Box. And that's CSL Davis, P.O. Box 1361, Davis, California, 95617. So now that you know how to give, and you know why to give, let us enter into that sacred consciousness of divine abundance. Place your hand over your heart to symbolize that vibrational energy of circulation, and please say with me our abundance affirmation. Oh, did I have it up there? I did have it up there, and it's up there again. I give with an attitude of abundance, knowing that as I give, I do receive. Today, I celebrate my prosperity and my ability to share from my overflow of good. I give from the knowledge that all is well.
God is my source, God is my power, God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings, God gives me everything I need. God is my source, God is my power, God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings, God gives me everything I need. God gives me everything I need. God gives me everything I need.
We bless and release these gifts to do their work of proclaiming the good news that all is well. As we have freely given, according to the law of circulation, it returns to us, full measure, pressed down, shaken together, and running over. So we will always have more to enjoy and to spare, to give and to share. For this we give thanks, we let it be so, and so it is. So I want to welcome the children. We don't have any children here, but we always have children here because they're in here. And we have children that are on the way as we grow. So we want to say to the children that we love you.
We love you.
We love you. Yes, and you can go ahead and repeat this as you see it. We are here. We are here for you.
We're here for you.
And we're glad you're here.
We're glad you're here.
Thank you, everyone. The child inside of me just opened up with light at hearing those words. So we believe in the power of spiritual connection. It's in our mission. That's what we do. That's what we believe. And what does that mean? That means that as we believe that we're connected to God, and as we believe that we're connected to each other, that belief has power. And the good I know about myself and the good I know about you has power in your life. And the good that we know about each other has power. And so, because of that, our prayers are potent. And we want to offer you the gift of prayer today. If you have something that you're working on, if you're mired in failure and you want to know the best about yourself, and you want someone to tell you the best and to know the best about you, then please go to one of our practitioners. Our practitioner of the day is back there. She's got her lovely hand raised. That's Bobby Bolton. And there's a nice little private area where you can sit and just talk about how great you are and how whole, perfect, and complete you are. So if you need the power of prayer today, then please let us know, and we'll pray for you. And also, after service, we're going to have fellowship downstairs. Yes, fellowship time. Downstairs, we've got coffee, we've got some cookies, we've got some other stuff down there, and we've got good old-fashioned fellowship. So please head downstairs to the fellowship hall. And it's a lovely hall. If you've never been down there before, it's lovely down there. And there's pool. There's a pool table. There's foosball. So if you're into those things, we got you covered. As well as fellowship. Also, if you have mobility issues, we have a lift that works wonderfully. So if you do need some help downstairs, we've got a lift that we can help you to operate, and we'll ease you down to the basement. Ease on down. Very, very gently. So I think that's about it. We just have to do our closing song and a benediction, and then that's our Sunday. Then we go forth in success and succeed. I expect to be blessed. I expect to be blessed. I expect to be blessed. Put my faith to the test. Live life fully expressed. Yes, yes, yes. I expect to be blessed. 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 Put my faith to the test. Live life fully expressed. And yes, yes, yes. I expect to be blessed. I expect to be blessed. I expect to be blessed. One more time. I expect to be blessed. Go forth today and seek out failure. It is your pathway to success, to be more of what you want to be. And always remember that God loves you, and so it is.
So it is.
It's amazing in this space. The bigness is like, yes, and the sound is incredible.
It's really amazing.
I have a little bit of volume myself.
It's like just as bad, yeah. But I was loving the space on holding it.
home.
Yeah, it's like going up into the whole thing.
Yeah, it's much easier to do early in the morning. Also, so we really like coming in early, but that trip back is, well, the trip back is good, but around 10 a.m., from 10 a.m. on, it's very difficult to get back and forth. So thank you for visiting us. How did you find out about it?
I remember looking for CSL or whatever more locally. That's how it was.
Yeah, well, glad to hear you go downstairs.
I think we gotta do a run in Costco, but
Costco,
we will do that.
I will be praying for you.
Thanks very much. Nice meeting you.
All right, nice meeting you. Yes, nice meeting you.